And they're off. Racing over 2 miles in the Group 3 Racehorse Lotto Henry II Stakes, and it is Nate the Great who will take them through the very early stages. Roberto Escobarr racing up on his outside about a half length away in second, and then the French Raider Princess Anne in third. She's just a little bit keen on the heels of Nate the Great, with Sleeping Lion racing in fourth position at the end of the first furlong and a half. Enemy and Franchidatore last of the 5. So coming up past the stands, and a change to the lead as now Roberto Escobarr and Richard Kingscote go on as they complete their first 3 furlongs. Roberto Escobarr with a circuit to go, goes on now by a length and a half to Nate the Great racing in second. Now in third is Sleeping Lion, moving up around the outside of Princess Anne and a couple of lengths back to Enemy, who at the moment is racing around about 5 lengths off the leader, who is Roberto Escobarr, as they reach the top of the hill. So it is Roberto Escobarr who takes them now into the turn. In second, Nate the Great. A little bit wider, Sleeping Lion racing in third. The grey, Princess Anne, is in fourth, and Enemy still content to sit at the back of the field as they now make the run down the hill towards the back straight and the final mile and a quarter. Roberto Escobarr by a controlled length to Nate the Great, last year's runner-up, racing in second. A length away, Sleeping Lion to the outside. A neck to the inner, Princess Anne, and just over a length and a half back to Enemy, bidding to give Franchidatore a record 7th win in the Henry II Stakes, and they go towards the halfway point. Roberto Escobar's lead now extends to a length and a half over Nate the Great, who races in second. Just over a length away, Sleeping Lion in third, a half length to the inside, Princess Anne is in fourth, and now 2 lengths back to Enemy, still unhurried and unworried at the back of the field. Racing now on towards the final 7 furlongs. Richard Kingscote and Roberto Escobarr still have the lead. 2 in second, Nate the Great and William Buick as they take that dogleg turn 2/3 of the way down the back. Out wide on the track is Ryan Moore on Sleeping Lion. Then towards the inside, Jules Maubien on Princess Anne, and Franchidatore and Enemy at the back of the field. And they're now inside the final 3/4 of a mile, and Roberto Escobarr takes them into the far turn. Roberto Escobarr to in second, Nate the Great. In a clear third, Sleeping Lion. In fourth place, Princess Anne, and Enemy has been last throughout. He's now about 6 lengths off the leader, Roberto Escobarr, with a half mile to go in the Racehorse Lotto Henry II Stakes. And it is Roberto Escobarr who leads by 2 lengths. Ridden along, Nate the Great to the inside of Sleeping Lion, who's travelled well into the race. Enemy is now given the hurry up by Franchidatore towards the outside. Princess Anne now just about last, and they race inside the final 3 furlongs. Roberto Escobarr still has the lead. Coming back for more is Nate the Great. Down the outside, Sleeping Lion, and wider still is Enemy. And now last is Princess Anne inside the final 1/4 of a mile. Roberto Escobarr hanging tough to that far side rail. Still his lead is a length over Nate the Great. He's seen off Sleeping Lion. Enemy hasn't got to them. Neither has Princess Anne. Roberto Escobarr with a furlong to lead. Now he leads by only half a length. Nate the Great with one last late lunge on the outside. Roberto Escobarr or Nate the Great. Roberto Escobarr gamely to win. Roberto Escobarr held them all at bay. Nate the Great in second and Sleeping Lion in third.
Alrighty, Richard Kingscote has won the Henry II Stakes here on Roberto Escobarr. He's now in the silks of Desert Crown, whom he rides in the upcoming Brigadier Gerard. Let's talk about your victory first of all. Nice way of warming up. And I think the plan was fairly clear from the outset, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mr. Haggas was pretty confident he wanted me to make the run in, and I learned lots on this horse the last day I rode him. You know, so worked out well in the end.
Well, we've spoken about Enemy, who you've ridden an awful lot this winter, and the one reservation about him was, does he really get a full 2 miles? To what extent was that playing in your mind?
Yeah, it's harsh on their connections that obviously I've ridden him, and you know, I think he probably is best at 1 mile and 6, and this stiff finish as well. I was able to get my lad up into top gear. You know, my lad's a very relaxed horse and doesn't do much but keep going. So I was able to get up through the gears nice and early and put them under pressure.
He always strikes me as those quite unusual horses. He's not very quick, but he's quite high class, and he doesn't want the ground too soft, so it kind of slightly restricts your options.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, he's very relaxed. Today was perfect. The ground's beautiful out there. Got to do our own thing in front, and he's a dream ride really, because when you're in front, you know, you can do what you want because he doesn't take you on. He just relaxes and does everything you ask. So he's the perfect ride really.
I mean, can he make a mark in some of those better cup races now, do you think?
Hopefully, he seems to be taking steps in the right direction. He's still pretty lightly raced, so you know, fingers crossed.
Talking of lightly raced and taking steps in the right direction, you're in the colours of Desert Crown. What are you expecting tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he's a high-class horse. We know that his work's been very good. For all that he doesn't give us everything at home, it's exciting to get him back, and you know, hopefully everything goes smoothly for him.
And Solid Stone, who is here in the same silks Ryan's riding, he's his regular mate, isn't he? He's his regular galloping companion.
Yeah, well, he's a good animal in his own right, and it works well that he's able to give Desert a nice lead, and it just so happens that this race lines up nicely for him at the same time. You know, he's well up to Group 3 level in himself anyway, so he's not out of place, and you know, it's a good spot for him also.
And to what extent does that help you? Is it just a question of ensuring that you've got a good, even, solid gallop to run at?
Yeah, I think it certainly will help us in the fact that if he wasn't there, then people could mess around, but you know, I think he likes to make the running sometimes, and it gives us another string to our bow.
You excited?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.